In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating a welded version of the air valve that I discussed in the last video, and I'll actually be hooking it up to a forge so you can see how it works. The main body of the valve is made up of two short lengths of 4-inch square pipe, and they're welded at 90 degrees to each other. The larger fitting fits the hose that I'm using that supplies the air from my fan. There's a hole cut just behind this square pipe so the air from the fan can reach the valve chamber. The valve itself is just a three-sided box, and I've welded a curved face on the inside so it can direct the air out of the system a little bit easier. The timing valve goes into the groove that's cut in the top of the air inlet valve just before the valve chamber. If you need to regulate how much air is being dumped out of the system, you would slide the timing valve in this spot and lift it up and down until you get the performance that you want. I don't have it set up on this valve because the fan that I'm using supplies way too much air for the small forge that I'm using, so I'm always dumping air out of the system even when it's wide open. However, if you're using a smaller fan, this timing valve is critical because you want to make sure that you're not dumping air out of the system too soon, because that'll rob air that you need for the fire. So you're going to need to play around with this to make sure that you get it set up right. Here's a simple system for the lift handle. I have a pivot point that's welded off the edge of the main body of the valve, and the lift handle goes from that point to a bolt that's welded to the back of the valve body. And then as I lift the handle, of course, the valve gets lifted up and down. I made the handle with a bit of a curve to it, and this curve applies a little bit of spring tension to the valve body when I lock everything in place. By tightening down the nuts that are on the bolt that's attached to the back of the valve body, I can apply just enough tension to be able to move the valve freely but still have it hold in position when I let go of the handle.